Shalawam, Shalawam. About to get into it momentarily. Alright. Alright, Shalawam, Shalawam. Alright, first and foremost, all praises be to Yahawah, Hashem, Yahawashi, Hashem, Rakah, HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well in sincerity, taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as the 1/3 men, women, and children maintaining themselves in this truth. Shalawam, Kwam Yasharahla. Alright, it's your brother Yeromia Kazak, back with hopefully another edifying lesson through the spirit and power of Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi. Okay, now what you see on your screen is protests, certain riots and things like that going on in the UK. Okay, and a large part of why these things are occurring is because of the migrants that are coming into the UK, the same way that they are flooding into Babylon. Okay, now these are what? These are unrighteous decrees, and these are also order out of chaos. All right, let's go get that. So Isaiah the 10th chapter, verse 1. Woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Okay, and this is constantly Esau Edom, the so-called white man. This is constantly his vibration on this planet, unrighteous decrees to put himself in that position of power. Okay, this is how he controls majority of the population, by passing down legislation to manipulate the common citizen, man, in the courtrooms. Verse 2, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey, and that they may rob the fatherless. All right? And a rich man feeding on a poor man, right? This is a common disaster. So you call it a tragedy or whatever, but it's all at the end of the day, it's according to Yahawah Hashem Yahawashi, who gets this punishment, man. Now, the people around the world, they're not in the same spirit of Babylon. But understanding that Babylon, the spirit of it has flown to other parts of the world, being that its military bases and ideas and things of that nature that's going forth around this planet, that's the origins is coming from America, the spirit. All right. So, but like I'm saying, these people are a little different. Okay, they still got a little bit of morals and backbone. So they not for it. If brothers have been paying attention, they've been rioting and protesting in France, the UK, Bangladesh. Matter of fact, let's actually look that up. It's many protests going on in the world right now, and constant wars. Okay, and I went to a website, and I'm going to show it to you. It's called the Global Protest Tracker. All right? Global Protest Tracker. So you can go to that website just like me, Global Protest Tracker. A one-stop source for following crucial trends in the most significant government protests worldwide since 2017. Over 700 significant anti-government protests have erupted worldwide. More than 147 countries have experienced significant protests. 18% of protests have lasted more than 3 months. They're not playing around. People are mad. What is this known as? Sedition All right, 258 significant economic anti-government protests have occurred since 2017. So we are in those days. Okay, let's go to the scriptures. We are in those days, second Esdras, the days that Esdras was seeing. All right. And matter of fact, let's stop at the top. Let's start at the top. Okay. Second Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahawah, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. This is why the Bible is here. This is why the prophecies was written down. All right. 1 second. So this is why the scriptures are being read and being shown to the public, man. I gotta add, but it's all good. All right. For all, verse 3, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. So when we hit the highways and byways and talk and preach, I didn't want that BS to come up. Let's go back to the protest. All right, and this is it's flowing live, but it's just a loop. Okay. But when people are talking, scoffing, mocking, etc., right, we don't let that faze us. Verse 4, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith Yahawah, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness hath exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. All right, and oh man, I just got a warning saying that it's gonna block my live video from being seen. Okay, cool, whatever, man. All right, let's keep it going. This will be put up on YouTube anyway. And their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith Yahawah, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's the prophets, that's the elect, that's the remnant. That's the ones that's tired of this oppression, that's tired of this depressive state that Edom has on the world, right? Job 9:24, man. We constantly bring this one out. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Edom has brought this spirit on the earth, which is no knowledge, no understanding of false doctrine. He is what you would call the biggest false prophet. All right? You know, so this guy does not mean you he doesn't mean you well at all. He's coming to harm you. He's coming to unalive you. He's coming to take you out. Okay? All right, back to second Esdras, verse 15, chapter 15, verse 9. And therefore, saith Yahawah, I will surely avenge them, and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Okay? And how is our people led? Who are they led by? They're led by wicked Israelites, and they're led by Edom. Jeremiah 23:1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith Yahawah. So these guys that are put in positions with churches, finances, money, mega churches and all of that, they're doing mega wickedness. They're serving Satan in a mega way, right? Because they're not leading the people in a righteous way. They're leading the sheep to be slaughtered. They're leading the flock to be slaughtered. They're not protecting the flock. They're letting the flock get devoured by the wolves. Edom is setting them up. And some of you brothers in the circumcision as well, wicked camps, is setting them up and, you basically taking the money and being like, okay, yeah, I'll lead our people straight to you. I'll tell our people to call on Jesus Christ. I'll tell our people to call on Yahweh and Yeshua. I'll tell our people to do this, right? These guys, Kendrick, J. Cole, they're calling on Yahweh. They're calling on Yah. They're not telling you the true names. They're doing the exact same thing. All right? They're leading our people to a slaughter. Bro, to save your people is to give your people the correct name and the correct doctrine. And if you're not doing that, then you're wicked, man. As Yahawashi said, man, if you're not bringing in, then you're scattering. All right? If you're not bringing in, then you are scattering. At the end of the day. Verse 2, therefore, thus saith Yahawah power of Yasharahla, against the pastors that feed my people, ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doing, saith Yahawah. You reapeth what you sow. This is what you put in, so this is what you're going to get back. And I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries, whither I have driven them, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And how is Yahawah gathering the flock? Through the brothers that he sets up, through the men that he's setting up, through the order that he's setting up on this earth. Yahawah ain't going to leave his throne and come down here and gather you specifically. Hey, brother, I need you. Brother, nah. All right, nah, he's not doing that. He's sending men. According to Amos 3:7, he reveals his secrets unto the prophets, his servants, right? The true men that serve him, okay? And the Spirit shows when these brothers hit the corners, when these brothers put out lessons at the end of the day, man. So that's how Yahawah is gathering the remnant of his flock out of all countries. This is why, man, we show in the UK, it's a massive amount of Israelites in the UK. You can figure that out by watching Netflix and watching all these shows of British dudes, and they just so much like the American Negro. You know, it was the show that show Supercell, right? Another show, and it was this show where they was like in the future in 2044, and it was this dude, and he had like a little brother, man. He was Jake, man. You could tell off of his spirit. Yeah, they may sound British, but it's Jake, just straight off the spirit of how they talk and how they act and how they carry themselves with a certain swagger, man. Certain salt in the way that they do things. It's Jake. All right? Verse 4. And I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith Yahawah. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that I will raise unto David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and so execute judgment and justice in the earth. And who is that? That's Yahawashi. Okay, that righteous branch. That's going to reign and prosper. All right? In his days, Judah shall be saved. Are we saved yet? No. When Yahawashi comes back, man. All right? That's our salvation. That's how our blood is going to be purified. That's how we're going to be cleaned. Nothing we can do on this earth can bring forth that, any faster. You can't hasten Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. It's all set up for an appointed time. So this sedition amongst men has to happen. These riots, this chaos, this order out of chaos has to happen. You got to have the cops fighting the people and the people fighting the cops. You got to have these things for righteous judgment to come through. The earth has to be in a state of chaos for Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi to come and visit it. Okay? Our king is going to set everything right. All right? This is vain. These guys going at the system and attacking and all of that, it's all vanity. It has no, now the spirit is on them to do it, but it is your true power should be in Yahawah by Hashem Yahawashi. All right? So, just like a video game or like a movie, you got extras. You got people that's not the main role, they're not the main character, but they just there. These are the extras. All right? A lot of these people are going to get unalive, man, or they're going to go into slavery. All right? It's not the Sabbath yet, okay? But Shalawam. All right? Whoever taught you that the Sabbath is Friday to Saturday. That's incorrect. All right. The Sabbath is according to the moon cycles, brother. You know. So let's keep it going. So in his days, Yahawah shall be saved, and Israel, Yasharahla, shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, right? The Lord our righteousness. And that's Yahawashi. Okay? Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that there shall no more say, Yahawah liveth, which brought up the children of Yasharahla out of the land of Egypt. But Yahawah liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Yasharahla out of the north country and from all countries, whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Okay, so this is the 7th captivity. America, Babylon, the whore, man, which is Rome. Once again, this is the 7th captivity. And we're getting driven out of this. We're getting brought out of this. And we're going back to our own land, Yasharahla. Hey, Shalawam, brother. So, you know, understanding that, it's a beautiful thing, and it's about to come. And Yahawashi is going to bring it. As it said right here, this is a prophecy. A righteous branch coming out of David, man. It's a prophecy. So, back to 2nd Esdras, 15th chapter, and verse 10. Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. Okay? But, and where's that land right now? This is spiritually Egypt. This is spiritually Sodom and Gomorrah. So Yahawah, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, is not going to suffer us to dwell in America anymore. This is the UK, but understanding that Babylon is the spirit of it is in many places, right? Even though geographically you would consider ancient Babylon, that would be Iraq, Baghdad, right? That would be that place. But now we understand that, you know, the whore, the daughter, the great city is America, right? And that spirit is all over the earth, okay? And when it also says not dwell in the land of Egypt, that means the land of bondage, the land of slavery, which is America as well. So we're not going to have to dwell in this land anymore. So we're talking about America, right? But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. All right? Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that power shall bring upon it. So these plagues that, you know, ran through Egypt back in the day, they're coming back. All right? Didn't the Egyptians have famine? They couldn't grow anything. They had total darkness. They had locusts, frogs, right? All these things, man, was coming through the land. And it's going to be 10 times worse because what are they going to get at the end of the day? Yeah, all the Egyptians got destroyed, all right, for the most part, you know. But what happened? What's going to happen this day? The nukes, the ICBM missiles, okay? So Yahawah is like, nah, I'm doing away with it all. He made it rain hailstones and things like that. You know, hell, golf ball size and all of that back in the day. But he didn't nuke them, you know. And he could have brought the chariots and did that to him, like he did Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, but Babylon is 10 times worse than all of those captivities. Babylon has all those captivities in it. The spirits, the demonic energy. All right? It's the same spirit of the Egyptians, the same spirit of the Persians, of the Greeks, of the Romans. Okay? Of the Babylonians, of all these Assyrians. Right? And her sins have reached up unto Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi according to Revelation's 18th chapter. Okay? So, let's keep it going. Verse 12, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that power shall bring upon it. They that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail and with a fearful constellation. Woe, destruction to the world and them that dwell therein. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Peep the scene, man. This what's happening in the UK and France and all these areas, right? If we go back to the article, man, we go back to this. More than 147 countries have experienced significant protests. And they have what? They have last more than 3 months, 18% of those protests, right? It has been turned up since when? Since 2017, okay? And once again, this is Global Protest Tracker, all right? Or more so, what is it called? Carnageendowment.org. Or you could just type in Global Protest Tracker, man, and the website will come up, all right? So while I was reading this whole scripture, getting to the point, is verse 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. Sword, the modern day sword, is your so-called, blinky. All right? For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Your kings and your princes is your so-called government, right? Are these people caring about the government? No. They're attacking. They're going at the government. They're going at law enforcement. They're not with it. They feel like they've been done wrong. Okay? Let's read what sedition is. Sedition is a crime that involves overt actions such as speech or organization that incites rebellion against the established order. It can also include subverting the Constitution or inciting discontent or insurrection against established authority. The word sedition comes from the Latin word seditio, which literally means separation. All right? That's what's going on here. They're separating from this system. They don't want to be a part of it. The UK, just like the US, is bringing in many migrants, and it's what? It's bringing down it's bringing down the way they live. They're the what's the word, man? The value of life, right? The way that they living over there. All these migrants, just how they doing in all the major cities around here, even in where I live at, I'm like an hour away from LA, and it's migrants over here, and they're giving them shelter. Okay? So you're seeing them. You're seeing them now. Many migrants, man. All right? And it's bringing down the way that people live. Okay? And people are tired of it. Now, these people in the UK, they fed up. They out there in the streets. You Americans, as long as you get your daily bread, you got your Netflix, you got your Stars, you got, you got whatever you got. Your sports, you got your Olympics. Oh, go LeBron, go Team USA, go basketball. You got all of that. Simone Biles. What is that, man? That's your circus. Yeah, you got your food and circus. Just like in Rome of the old time. You got your gladiator games. You Americans is cool. Y'all content with it. Okay? These other people in the world, not so much. Because y'all can't see, you modern day, you common Americans can't see what's really happening behind the scenes. Once again, the first scripture I read was Isaiah 10:1. The unrighteous decrees. Y'all can't see. Y'all not checking what's going on in the law books. How they passing to bring the draft back. How they bringing women in the draft. They don't care. From 18 to what? 35, man. They don't care. It's up. Okay? They want everybody. And that's at the will of Yahawah Yahawashi. So sedition, when you think about sedition, just think about separation against an established authority. That's what sedition is. All right? So, once again, let's read it again. 2nd Esdras 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their government, their kings, nor their princes. And the course of their action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because it's like this. You got people revolting, rebelling against the government. What you think the government gonna do? Lock it down. In America, when this happens, and this will happen, full force, what do you think these Proud Boys are doing? They're stocking up their ammunition, right? They're stocking up their weapons, and they're getting ready for this. And it's gonna be on a better scale than this, because these Proud Boys have been shooting in the lakes and shooting in the forest. They know how to shoot. They teaching their kids how to shoot. You got little Sally. She 12 years old, but she can hit a target better than you. This stuff is not unheard of, man, especially in the country, especially in the deep south. All right? They getting ready to use them swords. So when it happens over here, it's going to be purged, and the government is going to have every right, because that order out of chaos, the government is going to have every right to put tanks and military and bulletproof Jeeps and bulletproof Hummers and FEMA troops in the city, and to box up people and send them off to FEMA camps, which they already have established. They're going to have every right to declare martial law, because you foolish Babylonians, Americans, are falling right into their hand. And who are they going to use? Let's say you Americans don't want to riot and go like that. Okay, well, the migrants came into the country for a reason. You got Syrians, Russians, Moabites, Persians, Iranians, etc. You got all these other nations that came into the country using the migrant thing as a cover. All right? You got these other nations that sent military-age men into the country. So if y'all don't do enough damage, they gonna do enough damage. And martial law will still be declared. And under martial law, it's just like Project 2025. So it doesn't matter who wins the election, if it is even an election. All right? It doesn't matter. But regardless, Project 2025 is going to bring absolute control, or martial law is going to bring absolute control. And that is, my friend, that's what we call Jacob's trouble. Okay? When you got famine, you got everything shut down. That's what we've been reading about. The cities shutting down. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Like a what? Like a woman in travail. All right, let's get it. Jeremiah 30 and 6. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doeth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. All right, Jeremiah got the same vision Ezra's got. This is the same. That's why they match up. Yahawah was showing him the same thing. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Who? The remnant, the elect of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay? For it shall come to pass in that day, saith Yahawah of hosts, that I will break his yoke from off thy neck, that slavery, and I will burst thy bonds, and strangers shall no more serve themselves of him. But they shall serve Yahawah, Bahashem Yahawashi their power, and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. And you got these these fake camps, man, that don't want to recognize the New Testament, and they'll just say, see, David's our king. Failing to understand, it's Yahawah Bahashem Yahawashi. Okay? You need to worship Yahawah and Yahawashi, the Father and the Son. Okay? And yes, David will be, in that order. Yahawah, Yahawashi, King David, the apostles, and then the 144,000. This is the divine order. Then the 1/3, then the 2/3 of our people. All right? That's how the order, that's how the government, that's how the Congress, whatever you want to call it, will be set up at the end of the day. All right? But don't get it twisted. Yahawashi, this is, he's going to be ruling, man. This is his kingdom. Because all judgment, the power to judge, the power to revenge, the power to do all of that was given into the hands of Yahawashi. All right? So, Jacob's trouble. A time like never ever, man. Right? And it's coming. So, finishing it up. Verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. That's famine. Suddenly their storehouses was empty. That's famine, man. Behold, saith power, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. What is Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi doing? He will gather the nations to bring upon them his righteous, his indignation, righteous anger. That's the same thing. He's going to gather the kings of the earth. All right? And Yahawashi is going to take them out. And that's why he's King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He's taking all the crowns off of these kings. Your governments, none of that will matter, man. It's all over. All right? It's all falling. Yahawashi will rule over all. All right? Let's keep it going a little bit more. Like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also in recompense in their bosom. Thus saith Yahweh power. My right hand shall not spare the sinners. Who is Yahweh's right hand? Yahawashi. And my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. All right. And Yahweh's sword at this point in time is Esau Edom until he gets rid of them. That's the thing. That's the thing. Man, they in the trick bag. You was given the ability to make the iron weapon, which is spoke of in Job, to use it, and it's going to backfire on you. And it's going to be used on you, right? The iron weapon, the atomic bomb, the nuclear bomb, etc., right? It's going to be used on you. And then those that used it on you, Russia, China, North Korea, Iran, Saudi Arabia, etc., they're going to be what? They're going to be took out. Those armies are going to be took out. So Yahawah is using these other nations. He's gathering them together to take out America, right? Even NATO, as it spoke of in Revelations, the 17th chapter, shall hate the whore. So NATO is going to turn on Babylon. That spoke of also in Jeremiah, the 50th chapter. The mother is sore confounded. She's going to hate what she created. All right, let's go get it. Jeremiah 50:12. Your mother shall be sore confounded. She that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. Right? And that's also precepting that with Revelation 17 and 16. And the ten horns, Salakia, which thou sawest upon the beast, that's NATO, these shall hate the whore, and shall make her desolate and naked, and eat her, and shall eat her flesh, and burn her with fire. If you're a carnal person, then you ain't gonna understand this. You're gonna be like, what? It's cannibal, a lot of cannibalism in the Bible. All right? No. All right? They shall make her desolate and naked. That means the nukes. They're gonna hit her with the nukes. And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. All right? They're going to devour. They're going to take out Babylon, America, NATO, the 10 horns, which thou sawest upon the beast, this entire beast system, which is all together, man. All right? hey, brother, you know, it's no U's in the Hebrew, and it's Alahayim, not Elohim, you know. And I'm gonna help you out real quick, all right? And then I'm gonna end it off, cause I see a lot of people doing that, man. So this guy right here, Eleazar ben Yehuda, he brought forth O's, E's, U's, and V's into our language. All right, this guy, okay? You can go to Wikipedia, you can check him out. Let's read it a little bit, okay? He was what? He was Russian-ish, right? He was Russian-ish, linguist, lexicographer, and journalist. He is renowned as the lexicographer of the first Hebrew dictionary. Now, when did this dude live? 1858 to 1922. But when was Hebrew created, man? That's the language of the gods. That's the language of God. That's the language of the gods, because we are gods. That's the language that we spoke, right? So Hebrew has been spoke ever since Adam and Eve, even before that. Okay, the Father's name, his true name is Yahawah. That means he exists. And his son's name is Yahawashi. That means he saves, he delivers in the Paleo Hebrew. Now, Yehuda, Yahweh, Yeshua, all of that is coming from this guy, all right? Because he's the what? Lexicographer of the first Hebrew dictionary, and also as the editor of Jerusalem-based Hazaviv, whatever. One of the first Hebrew newspapers published in the land of Yasharahla when they took over the land, man. Even before that, okay? Ben Yehuda was the primary driving force behind the revival of the Hebrew language. He added certain characters that's not in the language. This dude is clearly an Edomite, man. All right? So he's responsible for all of that. And you can if you look at IUIC, they always saying Ben, it's Bon. Son it's B-A-N. It's Bon. It's not Ben, because it's no E's. All right? And more so, I'll give you a website. SoAmIBooks.com, man. This is solid. This helped me a lot when I first came into the truth and was seeking the language and everything. Okay, this website is cold. SoAmIBooks.com. You would go to fun loving learning activities, and you would go right here to Paleo Hebrew Dictionary. Okay? And I mean, they got the book. You could buy it too if you got the funds for it. But it's got the alphabet right here. And you read Hebrew from right to left, right? This is the correct Hebrew. This is also written in stone. Matter of fact, while we on it, you know, just pull up the Los Lunas, New Mexico Decalogue Stone, which this is Paleo Hebrew for the most part. And this is right here. This was created by the tribe of Gad, which is your Native Americans. All right? What you would call Cherokees. Okay? So this is in New Mexico because they lived over here since 750 BC when they left the Assyrian captivity. Now, this is the 10 Commandments in Paleo Hebrew. All right? So take it back over here. It's the same characters, man. Ah, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, ka, la, ya, right? Ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, ta, za, kwa, and ra, and sha, and tha. And I probably read that one wrong. No, that's kwa. All right. And I don't like this one because I got one that looks better than this, but you can get it off of Google. But he also has the breakdowns of as you can see, whatever tribe you are, Judah, Yahawah, Benjamin, Bayaman, Levi, Lawaya, right? And you know, all the tribes right here. And then just a lot of names, right? Israel, Yasharahla, right? You said Elohim, right? It'll be Allahayim, the powers, right? Elohim is what that dude gave you. But it's Allahayim, or your power in general will be Allah, right? How the Muslims say Allah, but they spelling it incorrectly. It's Allah. And you getting that, look at the characters. You adding the characters up. You know, you getting the characters from the correct, right? Allah. So, Salakia. And La. So it all has to make sense. We can't be just wishy-washy and guessing. And then he got a lot of other words with the characters to match. Most of them got the characters to match. You know. So this is about being studying to show ourselves approved, being diligent. You know. And I know that the language be a stumbling block to brothers. Yeah, Khan. So you definitely new to this. All right, it's hey, but you sincere, you listening, you know, and hey, man, hopefully Yahawah Shem Yahawashi dealing with you and you be one of the elect or one of the 1/3. You know, and that's why, man, if a brother is sincere, man, we gonna deal with a brother, because scriptures speak about treating every brother like you dealing with Yahawashi. That's why brothers gotta be, especially if a brother's sincere and being humble and all of that, you know. I had to learn this stuff when I came in. I had to learn the correct way. Now I'm gonna help you real quick with the Sabbath. All right. And what is it? Sirach 30. I feel like I ain't did this in a minute. This scripture used to be at the top, like, and I really gotta search for it now. One second. Sirach 39? Nah. Sirach 43. I'm in the 30s. All right, All right, Sirach 43 and 6. He made the moon also to serve in her season for a declaration of times and a sign of the world. So the moon is to declare times. All right? It's to declare times. It's to show you the times, right? As he said, you know, the moon will go red with blood and things like that. You got blood moons. You got certain, you know, the moon is basically showing you that it's the end of Esau's time. And it's also to show us the feast, right? From the moon is the sign of feast, a light that decreaseth in her perfection. So what's the Sabbath? The Sabbath is a feast, right? You know, we'll be cooking today because the Sabbath is actually tonight when the sun goes down. So it's going to be the Sabbath tonight. But you would have been correct last month, and not the month based upon the Gregorian calendar, but the month based upon the new moon, right? So last month, the Friday and Saturday, the Sabbath, the Sabbath was on Friday to Saturday because the new moon had came in on a Friday. But we've been through that month, and now the new moon is coming in on a Saturday. It's already came in on Saturday. So tonight is going to be a quarter moon, right? So I'll read this a little bit, and I'll try to break that down for you more. The month is called after her name. So the month is called after the moon. So times, right, is all according to the moon. It's basically like a calendar in the sky. Increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, and ornament, giving light in the highest places of the Lord. Okay? At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches. All right, so it's pretty much, you get that, and we also get Isaiah 66 and 23. And it shall come to pass that from one new moon to another, and from one Sabbath to another, shall all flesh come to worship before me, saith Yahawah. All right. And also, I'll just get one more. Going to the scriptures, more so, 1 Samuel 20 and 5. And David said unto Jonathan, behold, tomorrow is the new moon, knowing that it was a Sabbath, right? And I shall not fail to sit with the king at meat, but let me go, that I may hide myself in the field unto the third day at evening. Okay, because they was all getting together because it's a feast. They was going to eat, right? You know, so, I mean, constantly you can see it through the scriptures if we just go through it. 2 Kings 4 and 23. And he said, wherefore will thou go to him today? Is it neither new moon nor Sabbath? And she said, it shall be well. All right. Psalms 81 and 3. Blow up the trumpet in the new moon in the time appointed on our solemn feast day. Right. So it's the new moon, man, signifies a feast. It signifies a Sabbath. Okay. And I just read that one, Isaiah 66 and 23. So don't let these Edomites confuse you with Monday through Sunday and all that bullshit. All right, that really goes back. It's Norse mythology. All right, Norse mythology weekdays, and it should pull it up. Many days of the week in English and other languages are named after Norse gods, Roman gods, or celestial objects. The Norse gods had a significant influence on early Northern European cultures, and their pantheon is still well known in many parts of Europe. All right, so read it a little bit. Here are some Norse gods in the days of the week named after them. Tuesday, named after Tyr, the Norse god of war. Wednesday, named after Odin, the one-eyed king of gods and supreme. Exactly, blah, 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 man. Thursday, named after Thor, right? Hey, Shalawam. Friday, named after Frigg, Odin's wife, Thor's mother. Okay? Sunday, named after Sol, the personification of the sun. Monday, named after the Norse god Mona, who was associated with the moon. Okay? So, understanding that, we'll say Monday through Friday, all of that, just for, our ignorance to understand. But in the beginning, what did Yahawah say? The second day, right? If you look in the scriptures, what did he say? The third day, right? What did he say? The fourth day. He never gave them names. The fifth day, all right? He created man on the sixth day, and he rested on the seventh day. So he ain't never say out of his mouth, call this day Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All this stuff came from the Edomites and that Gregorian calendar, right? And being in this thing, you say you're a little new, so being in this thing, you got to come in as a child, as a babe, and you really got to deprogram yourself from what they programmed in you and take it slow. But everything they taught us was a lie, man. And they just walking off of it. Now, we ain't going to be over righteous and be like, oh, yeah, we ain't going to say the days of the week, because whatever. We got to say it so our brothers and sisters understand it. But understanding that We just going so we just going through it, we just going through it, but we know the truth. We know the truth. So the Sabbath is tonight, according to the moon. Now let's go. Last thing. Moon phases this month. And it's Saturday. It's going to look like this. And it's basically going to come in, like Monday morning. But it's Saturday to Sunday right now. And I got a whole page where we do this. If we go back and go, when did the new moon come in? August 4th, right? And August 3rd was a what? August 3rd was a Saturday. So we saw the new moon on August 4th, that day, like that morning. It came in, it was literally August 4th, but it was August 3rd's night. If you get what I'm saying. Like, the next night, it would have been like that. It would have been like August 5th. It would have looked like that. But that August 3rd night, like after midnight, it would have, dang, man, stupid ass. It would have been like that. So that August 4th morning, it would have looked like a new moon. And that's how we know it would have been the Sabbath. And that was a Saturday. So, Salakia. So, you just take it, and then you make it real simple right here. So this would be the first day of our month, because this was the new moon. So that's the first day. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So then boom, this is the day, this is going to be the Sabbath. Because our days really start when the sun goes down, right? So this is going to be the day when the sun goes down tonight, which is Saturday. We don't supposed to cook. We don't supposed to buy or sell. We don't supposed to have pleasures like intercourse, sexual intercourse, or nothing like that, And that's the Sabbath. All right, but you keep it to the best of your ability. Like not having sex, you can do that. But like maybe you got to go to work and you got to buy some food. All right, you keep it to the best of your ability. Because everybody got different situations. Okay? So, that's pretty much it. So, it would be on Saturday, this whole time frame. So, you got new moon, quarter moon, full moon, third quarter. And then you're going to have one more last Sabbath, which is not the new moon, right? But you're going to be looking for the new moon. So, it's most likely going to come in that Sunday, or it might come in that Monday. Right? And I just wait for the elders to put it out, and then I put it out. So you'll be looking, and then that whole system will start over. So let's say it came in on that Monday, then you'll have new moon, quarter, first quarter, full, third quarter. Then you'll have one more Sabbath, right? And then you'll have either the new moon would be on that first or that second. It'll be on that Tuesday or that Wednesday. And that's how it goes. That's how our calendar goes. We don't follow these guys. Because the Gregorian is basically going back to the Greeks and the Romans. So we don't follow them. Look at what following them get them. They just in chaos, man. They don't got no understanding. These people don't even know Yahawashi about to come and all of this shit is going to be over. If they knew, they would just wait. Like, fuck that, Yeah, Khan, man. Hey. Anytime, man. And it's far better breakdowns that the elders done did. But that's just a quick little run through. But hey, that's pretty much it, man. I hope this has been an edifying lesson. It's been pretty much on sedition amongst men and the protests around the world. Once again, I show this website. Let me go get it one more time. Global Protest Tracker. Global Protest Tracker right here. And it's showing you what's been going on. All right. Once again, 147 countries have experienced significant protests all since 2017. Do we use Strong's definition? Most definitely. All right. Let's go back to Isaiah. And oh man, my phone about to, I'm on 18%. I'm straight. Let's go back to Isaiah 66 and 23. And let's get the word moon. Okay? This is the Blue Letter Bible. All right? It's got a built-in Strong's concordance in here. So let's get the word right here.
Page 2320. Chodesh. Chodesh.
And the new moon, monthly, the first day of the month, the lunar month, right? So it's just telling you right there. The moon, the new moon, the first day of the month. You know, and that day, IUIC was good, all right? The new moon, the first day of the month. These guys, it's clear as day. So you automatically go to it, right? And understand that. And I don't want to butcher it. I know the word is like kadosh, but not holy. But I'm going to go to so am I to verify it. And just go straight to the word moon. Damn, got it in here? Right there. Kadash, right? New month, or that would be new moon, because the month, same thing as moon. So Kadash. As you can see, you got to be careful in the blue letter. It's giving you that Ben Yehuda Hebrew, Kodesh. But the proper Hebrew is Kadash, right? So that would be for new month. Okay? So, you know. So yeah, it's Strong's in here, it's definitions in here. Alright? It's got it all in here. H2320. Alright? Yeah. But that's it, bro. You know, so on everything, go to the scriptures. Because that Sabbath on Friday to Saturday, that's taught by the Catholic Church. And that's been pushed since, I believe, Constantine's time. All right, I'm going to look that up real quick. Yeah, look, this is BS on Google. The Sabbath, or Shabbat, is the seventh day of the week and is traditionally observed on Saturday. That's off. When we just proved it in the scriptures that it's according to the new moon, or Kadash. The Bible consistently refers to Saturday as the Sabbath day. Where in the scriptures does it? They thinking that the seventh day, because they don't understand the heavenly calendar. So Google bound always gonna go off most of the time. Sometimes they'll get it right, but most of the time they getting it wrong. All right, in both the Old and New Testaments, and Yahawashi and his disciples observed the Shabbat on Saturday. However, the Christian church eventually shifted the Shabbat to Sunday, with Sunday worship becoming the norm by the end of the 1st century. As you can see how that shit going off. All right? It's according to the new moon. You know? But yeah, that Friday to Saturday mess, that's pushed by the world. And we are commanded to come up out of the world. They doctrines, they ideologies, they idols. This is Satan, Saturn worship. And Sunday is sun worship. They worshiping, they gather every Sunday, right? Failing to understand what a true church is. Is when 2 or 3 is gathered. It's 3 people in here, right? We gathered in the name of Yahawah, Shem, Yahawashi. So this is a church. All right, this is an assembly, you know. And it's the last one. I'm going to get this. Acts. I really could have used anything. I just want to go to the, Acts 7 and 14. What is it? 14, 17? Man, what? Oh, temple. Yeah, let's get that. Temple. Man-made. Man, it is Acts 7 and 14. I just trust my gut. Nah. What is it? Acts 7 and... Nah, not that one. Man-made temples. Yahawah doesn't dwell in man-made temples. This is a basic one, but I'm forgetting it. 7 and 48, man. I'm saying 7 and 14, 7 and 14. All right. Howbeit the Most High, Yahawah, dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. All right. So he ain't dwelling in them churches. And we'll get the word church, just any old scripture.
Strong's G, 1577, ecclesia. Ecclesia.
Ecclesia is the Greek. And a gathering of citizens called out from their homes into some public place, an assembly. This is an assembly. We are assembled. So this is a church. Yahawah Ba'ashem Yahawashi doesn't dwell in temples, man-made temples. All right? The assembly of the Israelites, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Any gathering or throng of men assembled by chance tumultuously. All right? So that's period. That's what it is. We assemble. Where 2 or 3 are gathered, right? That's a church. So we don't got to go to no temples. And yeah, I get that one too. All right. Yahawah, power that made the world and all things therein, seeing that he is Lord of heaven and earth, dwelleth not in temples made with hands. But more so, we are his temples. 1 Corinthians 3:16. Know ye not that ye are the temple of power, and that the spirit of power dwelleth in you? Okay? If any man defile the temple of power, him shall power destroy, for the temple of power is holy, which temple ye are. So we a couple temples gathered together. And yeah, bro, you got, Shalawam or Shalom. But you know what I'm saying? You got to come off of that. Because the thing is, you was getting a foundation as you come in, whoever you was learning from, right? You might want to just, if they teaching you incorrectly, that's already a false doctrine. That's a strange woman. All right? And I hope you got it. I showed you the Hebrew, showed you the Shabbat, the moon, and all of that. I hope that was edifying to you. So, that's pretty much it, man. I'm gonna get up out of your hair. So, with that being said, all praises be to Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakah HaKadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS that rule well and teach well and sincerely taught us this truth. And Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, Kwam Yasharahla. Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi. 4 times for mercy, a Bible ball, Shalawam.